Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here. Today I will talk about the magic of food styling. Oops. Oh, here we are. I've been styling since 1991, as you can see. For me, the magic of food styling is everything that happens behind the scenes leading to the money shot, as we call it. In short, my job includes everything from sourcing and shopping for the perfect ingredient. For example, these beautiful peaches with pretty leaves that I had to source in the month of December, so you can only imagine. Preparing and cooking the food, yes, we cook the food. Arranging the food for the camera. And keeping it fresh looking until we have the perfect shot. Let me show you why food styling is important. Here's an example of a job I recently worked on for a frozen food company. Here's the actual frozen product. And here's the food image that's styled. Again, another example, a before product, a frozen product, and a food styled image. And one last one, a beautiful pumpkin peach pie, and finally, the food-styled image. Of course, the magic involves so many other people other than just a food stylist. We have photo editors, retouchers, photographers, prop stylists who are involved in creating the look that the client is after. Whenever I tell someone that I'm a food stylist, the most common question I get is the food fake? I rarely work with fake food. In fact, I think I've only worked with fake food maybe once or twice in my career. Here are a couple of examples of that. I was asked to work on a rock candy wall installation for Android. And this, for me, was one of the most challenging jobs because it required handyman skills, which I have none of. And so basically, I was asked to build this 10 by 12-foot wall and also to create 12 food installations that went along with this kind of like an installation event. So the wall took 3 days to create. I was working with 2 assistants around the clock, and each piece of rock candy was glued on individually with silicone. Here's the final wall. And I was also asked to make some food installation piece. So this is another example where I used fake food along with real food. So I made the Eclair Shells, which I knew the food had to last for 48 hours. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So I knew the Eclair Shells would last for 48 hours, and then I used some off-white silicone with a pastry tip attachment to create the cream, which I knew would last forever, I guess. I did the same thing here with cupcakes and frozen yogurt. I just changed the tip attachment. And here are some of the food installations that were used at the event. There's an ice cream sandwich, a gingerbread man, and the other 2 installations that we saw earlier. Another event where I had to work with fake food was I had to make some ice cream for a shoot that was to take place in Central Park in like the middle of the hot summer. So in this instance, I was allowed to use fake food only because the client, it wasn't an ice cream company, it was just another company that wanted ice cream in the shot. So the food wasn't really entirely fake. It was a combination of sugar and frosting. And here are some tests I made for the client previously to the shoot. We have one that's a bit more like a gelato and the other one that's a little more like a traditional ice cream. The thing about being a food stylist is that oftentimes you have to know how to roll with the punches. And a lot of times you don't know where the punches will come from. In this instance, for example, I had to work out of a trailer, which I was sharing with the hair and makeup team, the prop stylist, and the craft service. So I had a very small space to work from, but luckily I came prepared and everything was perfect. Also, the set was a 10-minute walk away from where the trailer was parked. So I was really happy that I chose not to use real ice cream for this job. The ice cream lasted for hours, and everything went really well. One of the things I love most about being a food stylist is telling a story with food. I'm lucky enough to work with my husband, who's a photographer. His name is Davide Luciano, and we create a lot of fun series together. This is one of them. It's called Meals Interrupted. And it's basically various scenes of events of tabletops that are disrupted by various events. So here we have honeyed, which is a meal that's disrupted by a swarm of bees. We shot this in an apiary. Here is charred, tossed, and al dente, a mobster hit at lunch, Sunday lunch. Soaked, we shot this one in the rain, and I have a little behind the scenes video for you that is not appearing, and I'm unfortunately, here it is. So we were wearing protective gear for this, and no one got stung, luckily. Everything was torched individually for the torch team. That was fun. So I won't have time for this one, unfortunately, but I just want to thank you so much for being here. And I just also want to say that the thing I love most about my job is about the fact that I can be creative every day and work with an amazing team of people. Thank you so much.